Hey guys, what's going on? So I've been playing with Crow over the weekend, got him to T5, got some mostly specialized gear for him, and so we're going to do a review on him. I've been checking out his numbers in different areas and different pieces of content. Of course, it has only been a weekend, and I don't have his unique treasure, so keep that in mind. First of all, I want to talk about what makes Crow unique. There are two main things that make this hero unique, and this is his passive skill, mainly the first sentence, where he's not affected by attack speed. This means he needs slightly more specialized gear than other DPS, because you don't want attack speed, obviously, because it's literally going to be the worst stat. It does nothing. Just to make sure, I did put a golden cat on him, and this also doesn't change anything. He was attacking just as fast with or without it. I'll throw up a side-by-side comparison of him with the golden cat and without, just so you can see for yourself. This is a 2-star golden cat, by the way. It gives him 570 attack speed for the first 15 seconds of the battle, and that buff lasts longer than the side-by-side comparison does. So besides that, another unique thing about him is he probably has the highest single hit damage potential in the game, meaning if you want to see a hero do a massive number, then Crow is your guy. This has to do with his Hunting Dog's Fang Mark along with the Even God Shall Die. So his third skill, if you can get 100 stacks of Hunting Dog's Fang Mark and then blast them with the Even God Shall Die skill, you're going to see a massive number because it is a single shot skill. So let's go ahead and go over his gear and Transcendence perks now. We talked about earlier that he shall not have any attack speed on his gear. So what I'm personally going with is crit damage, attack, and penetration on most pieces. Over here on the earrings, we do have one line of lifesteal instead of penetration, so attack, crit, lifesteal, and crit damage. On the orb here, we have another line of penetration with crit damage, and attack. Sadly, the cape, we haven't found a good one yet. This one has crit damage, attack, and attack speed. So we'll need to look. Every cape that I have has attack speed on it, so just thought I'd give him that one. Also for enchants, you don't want attack speed. Of course, on the one DPS, I don't want attack speed. I got this attack speed over and over. On every other chest, for every other DPS, I strive to get attack speed and I don't get it. Quite strange. The artifact, of course, will depend on where you're bringing him. For World Boss and Guild Raid, you want the Blessing of Earth. For every other general content, you can go with the Angry Pumpkin Head, the Fancy Traditional Pendant, another event artifact. Just any general DPS artifact will work for him. This is also important just because he is a DPS. Even if you ignore the unique option, all DPSs pretty much need their unique weapon because it provides them with more damage. Regardless, his unique weapon does provide him with a very nice attack and damage boost for 10 seconds every 20 seconds, so 50% uptime, so half the time he'll have this buff, as well as dealing a little extra P damage, 60% of his attack, with auto attacks. So it's definitely a nice unique weapon, just besides the fact he's a DPS and he would like this attack number anyway. Also, his unique treasure is rather important if you plan to have him on auto. When you're playing him on manual, I think he can do the world bosses just fine because you would do his third skill as soon as the boss goes down anyway, and you would want it to blast off before the boss got back up for that extra damage. But if you ever want to play him on full auto, he needs it for sure. So I wouldn't say he needs it as much on manual, especially for world boss. Probably even Guild Raid would be okay in most cases if you time it correctly. So it's quite unfortunate we didn't get one. But that's it with gears. To summarize, unique treasure is very good. Unique weapon is needed. No attack speed on gears. Replace that with a line of lifesteal, a line or two of penetration. I wouldn't be sure what else would go there. You could just have 3 lines of penetration. So looking at his Transcendence perks now, I'm still messing around with these, still experimenting, so bear with me. But I'm just going with attack, obviously, and HP. So I decided to take skill 1 Dark to double the stacks of his first skill. I think that's very important to maximize the damage of his third skill and to do it more quickly. Skill 2, I don't give a Transcendence perk to. Neither of them seem very important for what I use him for, which is more single target situations. Obviously, I gotta go for this one. It increases the cooldown by 10 seconds, but also doubles the damage. I think this perk is more for auto friendly, so when you're gonna put him in your like second world boss team or whatnot, because the increased cooldown time, in my opinion, is actually quite good, so you can get more stacks up before they use it again. I will assume this 100% damage basically just doubles its final damage instead of the other way around. Hopefully it's like that, but we'd have to do some tests for that, obviously. And on his passive, I took the 40% more mana recovery. I don't know how necessary this is, to be honest. He may get more DPS from this one, even though if you're taking T5 Dark, he definitely will need a lot of mana, but like I said, it doesn't really feel like he's struggling too much with it, except sometimes because he needs 5 orbs for his 4th skill. It costs 4 naturally and a 5th one when you have his T5 Dark. So I didn't feel he needed any of the Trends 2 perks because the first one has defense penetration, and I think you'll have plenty of defense penetration since you don't need attack speed. Again, he's mostly good for single target situations, so ready cannons where he gets more mana per enemy is not going to be very useful. You could consider the crit chance if you're strictly taking him to World Boss 2 because of the Trident Smash and decreasing your crit chance by 500, so that might be useful. And I've never been fond of Special Bullet just because it doesn't sound very great for a DPS. So talking of content where he's good in, I was recording quite a bit, going over most of the different pieces of content. I didn't happen to record any Dragon Raids, but I was going on some Dragon Raids with him, and well, he is okay. I'd say he's pretty average there. I was just going for Black Dragon, keep in mind. He's not going to be very good in Hard Fire Dragon because just physical damage in general doesn't work very well there. Frost Dragon he could do well in because he's more magic immune and he's a physical DPS. I believe he should do fine in Poison Hard as well. And again, not very good in Hard Black Dragon because Hard Black Dragon doesn't take much damage from ranged attackers, which he is. So for Fire and Black, not very good. For Frost and Poison, should be fine. Also for all of the normal modes, he should be fine as well. Sadly, in the other piece of content where he probably would be very good, Guild Raid, I wasn't able to grab any Guild Raids with him because he wasn't ready yet last week, and this week already, by the time I even started the game on Monday, we've already cleared the 4 easy ones, and we're on to Maviel now, so I don't know how well he would do here either, but as soon as Ulrich is out, we can try. Of course, we have to set everyone up. For this boss, we're going to give him the Mask of Dark Elf because Maviel is affected by this, so he'll get 40% bonus from there. For Mitra, we're going to take 2-star World Boss Artifact, wherever it is, as well as his brand new Unique Treasure, which we have to upgrade. Again, I was going for some Dragon Raid, so upgrading that should be no problem. Wow, just used my Legendary Poison and was lucky as hell, got 10% attack on it. Nice. Well, of course, Mitra with his 3-star unique weapon and his unique treasure are going to be the star of the show, kind of stealing away from Crow. But regardless, we're going to try with poor little Crow. Alright, I guess everyone's finally pretty much set up how they should be, so let's go ahead and just give it a try. I don't have much experience with Maviel. I don't usually fight him. It's usually either Manticore or one of the first 3. But let's go ahead and give it a try. I know I shouldn't be on auto to start with, except maybe Mediana's Beam to get those stacks away. And I think Philip's 3rd skill as well is good. So yeah, let's just go ahead and wait. I can't get any hunting. Oh yes, I can. I can get hunting stacks up as well, looks like. So let's go ahead and just go on auto, just see what happens. Yeah. All right. Well, Mitra, of course, it takes a very quick and early lead. Also, it probably would be necessary to not auto with my cannon dude there, because if he does his ultimate attack while the dude's in shadow state, it's not going to do any damage, obviously, but it should be ready just about the time he's getting out of shadow state. So here's his big cannon. And boom, there it goes. Yeah, but he's up to 8 million DPS, so that's actually not bad. I mean, he is competing with a very well-geared 3-star unique weapon, Mitra, so I'd say it's pretty commendable. Mitra's not up to all of his stacks yet, so let's just kind of try and wait a little bit to do his cannon. Let's do one more hunting dog, and then we're going to go to the cannon. Will we get it off before he is going into shadow state again? I think we did. So he's up to 9.5 million DPS now, which in my opinion is pretty good for this guy, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I don't fight him so often, so I'm not sure what the usual DPSs should be or such. And I am like 90% autoing here, just taking care a little bit. So, you know, like I said, I'm not too confident with him yet, so I couldn't try if I wanted to. We're going to go ahead and do the beam now. He's almost out of shadow state. Go! See, this is where the mana kind of comes into play. Come on, get it off. Boom! I think he did. Was it? Yeah. Well, yeah. Probably with a 3-star unique weapon, he would be comparable to Mitra, because as you can see, Mitra does have all of his stacks now. And as well as I believe his Dance With Me set to its lowest cooldown as of yet. So let's go ahead and do the beam. Let's give it a try. Boom. Okay, so, well, his DPS isn't changing so much anymore. Philip died. I gave him like a thing with recovery on it, but it didn't seem to really help him all that much, unfortunately. I'd say he does perform well, perhaps not on Maviel, especially when you're not good on Maviel and you can't time everything properly yet. But I think for most other guild bosses, he would be very good. He does have the potential. I mean, 8 million DPS with a 1-star unique weapon, I'd say that's pretty good. He also doesn't have his unique treasures, so gotta keep that in mind. And this is where I'm going to end the video with a montage of all the other pieces of content. Yeah, that'll do it. Make sure to leave your thoughts about Crow in the comments down below. If you have any other advice or important information regarding him, you can drop that down there as well. Leaving a like if you did happen to enjoy would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.